How do tectonic plates work on a flat Earth?
Oh, what's a tectonic plate?
I asked the question, I need an answer.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you one. What's a tectonic plate?
I asked the question, I need an answer.
I've said, what's a tectonic plate? You're making a claim about it. Now tell me what it is.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, what? You've got two choices. Bitch and moan and descend the show into chaos, or just answer my question. To answer your question, I need to know what you think a tectonic plate is.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. That's why I'm asking.
None the wiser as to what this tectonic plates was that he was asking about.
Because we're all dumb here, aren't we, are we? None of us have heard this term. None of us went through high school and were told the heliocentric assertions of tectonic plates. I've never heard the term before.
Yeah, he knew he couldn't tie it into a flat Earth conception, really. Because there's no flat Earthers that are really making any claims about that, even way back. Like, it's kind of a mystery. We don't know really what it is down there. We just know that the heliocentric concept of tectonic plates rests on all kinds of presuppositions, including a molten iron core.
He's saying, how do you explain my heliocentric explanation for tectonic activity with your model and your claim so I can hold it up in false dichotomy? Can you create a little false narrative about tectonic activity so I can burn it, please?
Has anybody ever seen these tectonic plates?
Well, we were waiting, weren't we, for him to get to the point to describe that it's a theory. But he needed to describe the theory first, then hopefully get him to recognise that it is a theory. And where is all this happening? Where will be it's a lot deeper than we've ever been. So he's got no evidence for this theory of tectonic plates, or I suppose if we're on a ball, tectonic dishes. There'd be more like one. There isn't any evidence. It's a theory to rectify what you see if we live on a ball with a molten iron core that's creating a magnetic field. Yeah, it's a theory that is solely constructed to reconcile that model. Doesn't have any evidence though, other than this is how we explain it on a ball with a molten iron core.
It'd be really useful if you could explain it in your words as a flat earther so I can hold that up in false dichotomy and burn it, and then show you how my explanation is much better. Good point, Adam. We should really not forget that Dave was the first waver.
I have a question. How do tectonic plates work on a flat Earth?
What's a tectonic plate?
God. We're talking about first wave questions.
No, go on. What's a tectonic plate?
I asked the question, I need an answer.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you one. What's a tectonic plate?
I asked the question, I need an answer.
Has he malfunctioned? I need to know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Tectonic plate, you say? What's that?
Do you not know what a tectonic plate is?
Do the words, what is a tectonic plate, not indicate a question coming your way? Are you retarded? What the fuck is going on?
I asked the question.
I know.
Do you not know what a tectonic...
Yeah,
do
I know you asked.
tectonic
Do you want
plate
to...
is?
We're immediately into a row because this is clearly an anti-flat earther. So instantly, we know he is because he's a dick. You said, what's the explanation for tectonic activity on a flat earth? I say, all right, so tectonic plates. What's that? And you go, you don't know? I'm saying, what is that? But you're then saying, I'm asking the question.
Look, Nathan.
Yeah. Don't fucking talk through me, you stupid globe-believing wanker. Yeah, you've asked how we explain tectonic activity on a flat earth. I've said, what's a tectonic plate? You're making a claim about it. Now tell me what it is.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, what?
Wow.
Sorry. You're asking us a question about tectonic activity. It's been descended into you telling me to shut up because I won't just give you a carte blanche answer without a few questions coming your way. Can't you cope with questions?
No, you cannot. You cannot answer.
Sorry, you stuttering fuckwit. Can't you cope with a question, a follow-up to your request? You've asked us about tectonic activity on a flat Earth. I've got a question in regards to your question. Can't you cope with that?
No, answer the question.
No, I know you can't cope with it. You just want a carte blanche answer. No further requests or questions will come your way. You just want to throw it out there and run away like a coward bitch. So you're not going to involve yourself in any discourse, just throw the question out there and insist on only answers. No further questions, just answers to your question. Yeah, unreasonable wanker.
Nathan, I know.
Yeah, that's my name, bitch. You're an unreasonable wanker, and I'm asking you about what tectonic plates are. You've got two choices. Bitch and moan and descend the show into chaos, or just answer my question. To answer your question, I need to know what you think a tectonic plate is.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. That's why I'm asking. You don't need to know how tectonic plates work on a flat Earth. Reasonable? Even though you're asking about it?
No, you do not.
No, you do not need to know how tectonic plates work on a flat Earth. You don't need to know that. Okay, sunshine, by your own standards, you don't need to know that. Are we clear?
No, you're an idiot.
No, or would you rather have a discourse about it, which will involve you answering my question, which is what's a tectonic plate?
I asked that question.
Yes, so you're an unreasonable dick who will only ask but not answer anything in a discourse. Third time. You are not prepared to have a discourse. Only throw out spurious questions and then only insist on answers. Not a discourse like a reasonable person. A wanker who will not involve himself in discourse. Only chanting through and demanding answers of us. Making you an unreasonable wanker. So, unreasonable wanker, two choices. Either answer my question in response to your question, which is what is a tectonic plate? If we're going to discuss them, I need to know what you think it is. If you're not prepared to define what you're asking about, then I'm not prepared to involve myself in discussion with you.
Fuck up.
Sorry, fuck up is the response to me asking you to define what a tectonic plate is in response to your question, how do they work on a flat Earth? Fuck off is the answer. Yeah, not reasonable, mate.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're not a reasonable person to have a discourse with. You're an unreasonable prick who tells me to shut the fuck up when I ask you a question in response to your question. Yeah, you're an unreasonable globe-leaving muppet.
So triggered.
I asked a question. I needed...
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, and I defined how your behaviour makes you unreasonable. You will not involve yourself in discourse. You'll only ask and then demand answers only. So, if I say, well, what do you mean by tectonic plate? No, only answers from here forth. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Answer the question, Nathan.
No, you're not going to demand a damn thing from me. I'm prepared to have discussion with you. You're not going to demand a fucking thing from me, you prick. No. You can involve yourself in a discourse if you choose to. That would involve you answering my question. What's a tectonic plate? If we're going to discuss them, I want you to define what you think it is. If you're not prepared to do that, and you're only prepared to tell me to fuck off and demand that I answer your question, I'll describe you as what you are. An unreasonable prick.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. You're an unreasonable prick. You insist on answers but aren't prepared to answer any questions.
No, I asked...
Yeah. You're saying only answers, fuckwit. That's what you're demanding. I say, well, no, I'd like a discourse where I ask a question too. To define the thing you're asking about seems reasonable. You say no, making you an unreasonable prick.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does. I'm telling you. I'm in a position to tell you you are an unreasonable prick by example, with justification. You, on the other hand, have just told me to fuck off, and all I've done is ask you what a tectonic plate is. You're not prepared to answer that. You're an unreasonable prick.
Nathan?
Yeah, that's my name, bitch. Say it out loud. So, are you going to tell me what a tectonic plate is, or are you just going to say my name and stutter? Because so far, you've told me to fuck off because I've asked you what a tectonic plate is. Seem reasonable to you, fuckwit?
Why are you...
It's called the Socratic method, establishing and defining the terms that we are talking about. Now, clearly, someone who would ask me why I'd ask doesn't understand the Socratic method, making you a thicko. So you're unreasonable and stupid because you don't understand what the Socratic method is, and you'd rather chant and scream through me, talk straight through the middle of me while I explain why I'd ask. Socratic method. Reasonable discussion, my friend. Something you're not prepared to take part in. You are prepared to talk through every fucking word I say, though, as I explain that it's reasonable to define terms.
Are you that much of a pussy?
So I'm not calling you a pussy. I'm saying that when asking about what tectonic activity would be taking place on a flat Earth, it's only reasonable to establish what you mean by tectonic plates. You're not prepared to do that, making you unreasonable.
Do you not know what a
So I'm asking you to define it, given that you're asking about it. What is it according to you? Tell me to fuck off again. Share your pain, bitch.
plate is? Say yes or no.
No, I am not going to meet your fucking demands for anything ever, you complete idiot. You think you can demand things from me. What that will get you is me telling you to suck my balls. Now, I'm prepared, for the 5th time, to take part in a reasonable discourse. If you're an unreasonable wanker, you'll get told to fuck off by me. Not the other way round. You're not in charge here. I am. So, if you want to ask me about tectonic plate activity and I respond, what's a tectonic plate? You can either answer or tell me to fuck off, making you an unreasonable wanker 6 times.
Do you not know what a...
Does it matter whether or not? No, we're taking part in a Socratic discussion where we establish what you think they are, given you're asking about them.
I asked a question.
Yeah, and now we want to know what your question means by defining terms. Yeah, you stuttering
Clarify your
fuckwit bitch.
question.
Yeah, we're defining terms. You brought it up, so you can define it. I'm not going to define it. I'm not making a claim or asking a question about it. You are, so you're going to be the one defining it. My response to your question is to ask you, the one asking, to define your terms you are asking about. You're not going to demand a fucking thing, but you can answer me. Or not. That's where we're at. Like it or lump it.
Yeah, but you're a pussy.
Yeah, so you can call me a pussy. And then we'll never get to you defining your terms about your question about tectonic activity. Because that's totally reasonable. You not defining your terms about your question you want to ask me should only result in you fucking demanding that I answer you. Because that's totally reasonable, isn't it? You ask a question, and it's only reasonable you should demand the answer of me. Suck my fucking balls, you globe-believing fuckwit. You will not demand a damn thing from me, ever. Do you understand, you stupid idiot?
Never answer anything.
Yeah, I will. I'll answer you. But we're going to define terms first. We're going to define what you think a tectonic plate is, or we're not going to move forward in discussion because that's unreasonable. Doesn't matter what I define it as, I'm not asking questions about it. You are. So you can either define what you're asking questions of me about or not. That's your choice. Me, I'm not going to do anything I don't want to do. I won't be answering questions because you demand that I must, because you're not my fucking boss. You won't be telling me to do anything, ever. If I choose to answer your question you've posed about tectonic plates on a flat Earth, I will if you define what the fuck you mean by tectonic plate. If you don't define it, I won't have a discussion about it.
Answer my question.
No, you can suck my fucking balls.
What is it?
Suck your own balls.
No, I'll do that in my own time, thank you very much, when I choose to.
So tectonic plates, is that what you want to know? Look it up, mate. Look it up on Google.
Yeah, look it up, fuckwit, if you don't know what you're asking about. Me, I want to know what you think you're asking me about. And when you define what you think you're asking me about, I might answer, if I choose to. You won't be demanding that answer. It'll be at my leisure.
Answer my question.
No, you don't seem to get the I will do as I damn well please. And you will either do as I demand, or we won't go any further. I demand you define your terms you're asking about, and if you don't, we're not going any further. You don't have any choice in that. I'm in charge. You don't seem to understand that. You still seem to think you're in a position to demand answers of me. No, you're not.
Oh, you're.
You are a stuttering, globe-believing fuckwit bitch that's being told to suck on a flat earther's balls after you demand an answer from him. No.
You assume.
You are a stuttering bitch.
Do
you
you
even
assume
know
you're
what
some
a
kind of king
tectonic-
here?
I am the king here. That's what you don't get. This is my castle. I am the king here. You are a fuckwit, stuttering, globe-believing bitch who thinks he can demand answers of me. Now, I'm prepared, for the 7th time, to take part in a reasonable discussion with you. That would involve the Socratic method. That would be defining terms. Now, I'm not going to define the terms you're demanding answers of
How
me.
much of a king?
And you will just interrupt me because you're a belligerent, fuckwit, globe-believing, stuttering bitch who thinks he's got the right to interrupt every word I say. You believe you should be in charge, and you aren't. I am. Now, you better get used to that, because either you do as I say here, or we don't move forward in this discussion. The one that you want to have about tectonic activity, right? We'll do that if you are reasonable and just define your terms. Or you can just demand answers, which will result in you getting told to suck my balls. So,
That's the question I want.
yeah. So you're going to keep circle jerking that you've asked a question, therefore what? You are entitled to a fucking answer? You're not entitled to an answer, you stupid idiot. You're not entitled to anything. But you might be granted a discussion on my terms. Nothing short of that.
You want answers? You clarify your question.
What
Exactly.
do you,
That's it.
Nathan?
Yeah, say my name. Stutter that name out repeatedly, you fucking dumb bitch. Yeah, that's my name, bitch. Yeah, maybe you can demand that I answer you again, or tell me that you've asked a question. So what, implying that I must answer? You stupid retard? No.
What's your name?
What part of this aren't you getting? Just because you've asked a question doesn't mean that I'm going to give you an answer and that you can demand one. But we can, 8th time, take part in a discussion. But obviously the Socratic method would dictate that you would define your terms, as asked. Or you could tell me to fuck off, insist that I give you an answer regardless, lay down your gamma bitch power that you don't have. You can do that also.
I mean, what's your 9 to 5, Nathan? What's your job? What do you work as?
This is my job.
This is your job.
Yeah. What the fuck does that have to do with your definition of tectonic activity, the thing you've asked about? Non sequitur fallacy. Do you understand what a non sequitur fallacy is?
How many?
Do you understand what a non sequitur fallacy is?
Shut the fuck.
Don't tell me to shut up. You are not in charge here, you stupid retard. You have just used a fallacy. It's called a non sequitur fallacy. Now I'm asking to ascertain how intelligent you are. If you understand what a non sequitur fallacy is, do you or don't you?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so you don't understand. Your response to what is a non sequitur fallacy is, shut the fuck up, Nathan. No. Asking me what I do for a living isn't relevant to the Socratic method I've been trying to establish with you on 8 separate occasions so that we can progress your question in relation to tectonic activity on a flat Earth. Non sequitur fallacy. Chant my name.
Well, answer the question then.
No, you're not going to demand anything from me. You're still not getting it. It's not sinking in. Belligerence. That's what it is. Gamma entitlement. You think you're entitled to demand anything from me, and you are mistaken. You are an entitled gamma wanker. Why the fuck should I give you anything?
Nathan?
Yes, say my name.
You are pussy.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be called a pussy by some gamma bitch who feels he's entitled to something from me. You're not entitled to anything from me. Is that clear? I've said it about 10 times. Are you so retarded that you still think after me telling you that you're not going to demand anything from me, that you should demand an answer from me? Is that how retarded you actually are?
The fucking.
Yeah, just going to keep swearing. Somebody
You're
kick him
fucking
out.
pussy.
Kick
dude.
him out. Just kick him out.
What a triggered little bitch.
Triggered little bitch just calling me a pussy and telling me to fuck off. No, Gamma bitch. You're not entitled to anything here. We don't owe you anything.
He was a troll.
Entitled Gamma bitch. He wanted to ask a question about tectonic activity, couldn't progress beyond being asked a question in response to his definition of his terms that he's asking about. Couldn't even cope with that.
I am none the wiser as to what this tectonic plates was that he was asking about.
Because we're all dumb as shit here, aren't we, are we? None of us have heard this term. None of us went through high school and were told the heliocentric assertions of tectonic plates. I've never heard the term before.
Yeah, he knew he couldn't tie it into a flat Earth conception, really. Because there's no flat Earthers that are really making any claims about that, even way back. Like, it's kind of a mystery. We don't know really what it is down there. We just know that the heliocentric concept of tectonic plates rests on all kinds of presuppositions, including a molten iron core. Right?
Right. He's saying, how do you explain my heliocentric explanation for tectonic activity with your model and your claim so I can hold it up in false dichotomy? Can you create a little false narrative about tectonic activity so I can burn it, please? Pathetic.
Aren't plates flat, though?
Yes, plates are flat.
And he was asking how flat plates work on a flat Earth? Wow.
Flat plates? What flat plates? Hold on, I had a claim there. I was about to round out. What flat plates, you say? What flat plates would they be?
I ask if plates
at all.
are flat.
Has anybody ever seen these tectonic plates?
Well, we were waiting, weren't we, for him to get to the point who described that it's a theory. But he needed to describe the theory first, then hopefully get him to recognise that it is a theory. And where is all this happening? Where would be it's a lot deeper than we've ever been. So he's got no evidence for this theory of tectonic plates, or I suppose if they're on a ball, tectonic dishes. They'd be more like, wouldn't they?
Like balls.
But the point is, it's a theory. Alwyn alluded to it. You know, there isn't any evidence. It's a theory to rectify what you see if we live on a ball with a molten iron core that's creating a magnetic field. Yeah, it's a theory that is solely constructed to reconcile that model. Doesn't have any evidence though, other than this is how we explain it on a ball with a molten iron core.
It'd be really useful if you could explain it in your words as a flat earther so I can hold that up in false dichotomy and burn it, and then show you how my explanation is much better. So please, explain it on a flat earth so I can pull that apart and burn it. Just people like that, what kind of idiots do you think we are? Do you think this is our first rodeo?
Yep. They do a quick Google search. Tectonic plate splatter proves spheres. So let me bring that to the table.
Yeah, pathetic. With that, I'm going to say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to both Discord and G Plus panels for making today's after show possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you in either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley Premiering streams. Hopefully smashing the super chat, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, becoming a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member, hitting the PayPal link, all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I will see you all in the next video.